auto win comp that Gen G
Same for this guy.
Whoops.
At least the teleports are kind of similar.
Of mechanical prowess. That was a great knock up there from Dudu as Bono makes his way in. Hold the thought just for a moment as World end up. Oh no, that didn't quite work there from Bono, but it doesn't matter. Just put him in the ring. It's okay. As that's going to be first blood going over to KT, and Bono continuing to have good early games. Did have to invest the flash, but I'd say still worth.
Yeah, definitely a nice little play there. Smeb might be in a little bit of trouble,
I think he's
though.
just dead, yeah.
Okay.
Had great timing on that blast cone. And that's probably...
Yeah. It's kind of a feels bad, man, for them. I mean, the Nautilus went back. He might die here, actually.
Yep. This is Smeb looking for that solo kill. Flashes on over. Q is avoided. World Ender, remember, is going to be very valuable as a Shock Blast is going to miss. And I think this is, unfortunately, the end of Smeb as he dives on in almost. Able to get it back, but he's not. And we saw shades of old Smeb. And then they were gone.
Yeah, he got a little bit too scared by the ability of the Aatrox to win a late trade there at the last second. Yeah, nice trade there from him as they, again, you know, I was talking about maybe using the Rift Valve on the bottom side. He saved it until almost the end of the timer.
Yeah, as now, Lahens just walks over and kills a Gargoyle. Okay.
There have been a lot of very sudden attempts at people's lives in this game.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the setup was for that one, but that's a bit of a yikes. Is Bono, he's going to flag, he's going to drag, gets himself the knock up onto Cad. The flash has to be used to get out of the dazzle, and that means that Cad is stuck in there for the whole duration. Unfortunately, Bono without enough. And there it is, the double knock up, the double stun, and the flash forward for the Q, but not going to be able to find it there. The Jarvan combo is not going to feel as powerful, but Tucson still has Cosmic Radiance. KT looking for their opportunity. There it is. Oh my god, okay. Bono just explodes before the Cosmic
help out a little bit there with keeping him alive and getting an engage going, even if
teleport.
Bono dies.
Lava made it in with the teleport, okay. Wow. I was expecting that one not to work out, as aiming does have Crescendum Calibrum. Does have a lot of damage potential as in goes Lahens. He's going to go golden before he dies. The Taric also going to fall. Lahens in trouble. Kuro not going to be able to do anything. Moonlight Vigil unable to find the damage as Cad was.
That was just, my face was it was tight.
Can always reposition. Just, I'm waiting for Bono to make a good move. That's what I'm concerned about right now. KT sustain definitely strong, and Smeb continues to land these absolutely fantastic shock blasts. It goes Kuro, does get himself. There's the Cataclysm that we finally see. And Bono, this time, put a clock together for himself. Not going to find too much actual ender damage, though, as fine. 200 years later, we do manage to pick that one up. Lahens down to about 300 as Smeb dives on forward. Great knock-up is going to spell the end of Viper, is now aiming, looks for another Q snipe.
That's something we were talking about, their poke ability. Even in the face of Corki, they were able to do so much more just with only the Jace. I really like the idea of giving them blue to the Jace so that he can just non-stop harass you before the fight.
Viper says, no, well, I guess if no one's coming back, I'm just going to take this in a turret. KT said the same thing about the bottom lane. When it comes down, clears out vision. HanwhaLife do have a fair bit of wave clear, not necessarily working out the bottom lane. So KT will be able to take down the inner turret in mid, and maybe even transition towards the top side as that wave is going to reset. All right, goodbye, Bono.
Okay.
We'd say that we were surprised, but we've been watching Bono play for quite a bit.
And LS is one who's been very vocal about how you can counter Aphelios. They haven't really done a very good job of that on the side of HanwhaLife. Lots of low range that is not going to do well against Aphelios with 4 items.
Oh my god, it was the steal! Cad just walks on over, but is it going to be enough? Moonlight Vigil hit absolutely nothing.
Difficult for Hanwha to push into the Baron. And KT just say, okay, well actually, we're just going to push the top lane. As HanwhaLife was nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, they found them now. There's the Void Seeker. Bono avoids all of the CC until he decides to stand in amongst the enemy team. And then very late Cataclysm that actually just blocks aiming off. Depth Charge is going to come down as Viper goes for the execution. But This is Aphelios, so he's not going to be able to do so. There's the Cosmic Radiance as now the fight is on, and Lava just got baited. Smeb dives in on top of Viper, looks to see whether he can get the execution, is now. Aiming's looking for it. He's looking to do Aphelios things, and there's the taunt. It's going to land onto the Troll once again, and now it's a 4 versus
the top side with 2 of your carries right on top of him, plus a tank. Still not able to do anything with this composition that HanwhaLife do have, and so it's going to be, he's doing really good with his poking in the mid game, but his laning phase was pretty messy. Yep, I don't know. Maybe Aphelios just gets it again.
Well, we'll see. They'll need to win this team fight as Tucson has to use the Cosmic Radiance very early, and there's the heroic entrance as well, and that's a few years worth of damage, guys. As Empowered Shock Blast flies in and says goodbye to Lehens. He's going to get himself out. Speaking of a lot of damage, Smeb's going to take a bit, because Lava does need to be respected. But yeah, the Aphelios things are starting. Yeah. He's got 6 items, guys, so you can understand exactly why. In goes Kuro, looks for the taunt, doesn't get it. Teleport back here from Smeb. He's going to get 5 people bearing down onto these Nexus turrets. It's only Cad that's dead. I don't know whether 4 people are going to be enough to save them from this, as Aiming's looking to get in position, even if there are Nexus turrets, to try and die. It's a good knock up there from Bono. Finds Dudu, though, who's pretty tanky. Lahen's still in trouble as Viper's trying to be that one-man army. They do manage to get Aiming. Sorry, no, it's not aiming into the Guardian Angel, as Aiming's just dodging everyone's abilities. And look at the Nexus, it just explodes. And Smeb says, I want the game to be over, as KT do take game 1. The team that you really want to take out of the fight, and that is what Smeb's job is going to be. But it's a blind Mordekaiser, and now Dudu's going to pick the Camille into it.
Ember's already where it's like, okay, I mean, I've got some good ults to steal here. I can go ahead and take it, have a pretty free lane up against the Galio. Be all good with that.
All right, there's the hookshot. Tries to lock down Bono, who lands the Q, needs one more auto, but Tempest will do it, and that guarantees Bono's life. Really well played by the KT jungler. That's a bounce back.
Was able to pull him in and line it up after Dudu did go for the hookshot.
They're going to miss out on, so that is really bad news. You can see Bono, yeah. He decides to counter jungle when it's actually a really bad idea, to be honest. Giving away those 2 Drakes is real bad news. But
that ward.
Looks like they should be able to grab this as the Q does connect once again. There's a Hextech ultimatum. And Smeb is going to survive in the end.
That ward was a kill. They drop a couple of plates down. They put the Shelly down. It's very kind of set up plays as he might actually get caught here.
Yep, interrupted. As he has to control ward. That was a flash. Somewhere. I don't know. I heard the flash button. As Bono, he's going to get knocked up. He's in the death room now, guys. Goodbye. Cad flashed. Ow. It's probably about time that they decide to prioritize some dragons. Tucson, though, gonna get punished for it. Goes golden. Does still have flash and exhaust available. And avoids the dredge line. Teleport's coming in. There's the heroic entrance as Lava tries to get himself out of the way. But he's in the death realm now as Smeb diving on top of the gargoyle, trying to get him out of this fight. We'll get him back in there, though, as there's the huge kickback. And eventually, Lava will fall. It's a catastrophe in this fight, but KT do come out ahead with a couple of kills. Minute and a half left on the Drake. Not exactly something worth fighting.
It's like top lane. It's top lane just getting super far ahead. Every other lane going even or slightly ahead for KT. And Tucson might be the bait again here.
Oh no, he fails the flash. It's a disaster. That's the blast cone. That's going to get Kuro out of there. But now, Soul Point should be pretty comfy for HanwhaLife as they pull out the Ocean Drake. Bono is taking a mid-outer turret. And yes, it is just Soul Point. It's not the actual Soul, but still. Cad should be taken down here. Smeb flashing in on top of him. Death Realm was there as the Drake is taken by HanwhaLife. But are they going to be able to stay alive in this fight as Lava? He goes golden. And everyone's just going to wait for the Galio to get out. And now they're looking to try and get Dudu as well as Viper. Oh no, the top laner goes down. I mean, Viper is well and truly dead. He's going to try and take Kuro with him. There's the kick flash. Don't know whether that was necessary, but they are still able to grab that kill, and they're 8,000 gold ahead.
That I think you can just win from there. I mean, Smeb is so fed right now.
Oh yeah.
That there's no way that Cat's just going to survive in that one.
Well, now they're looking to try and kill Kuro, who gets himself a Hextech ultimatum. We'll see whether that actually helps them out there as he puts Cat in it. Angus haunted, and that's going to be an easy kill going over to Viper. Meanwhile, on the rest of the map, KT.
The only problem that you might run into is inventory space, but we'll see how he does handle that. Maybe he can just buy it here. We might have this game delayed. But they do have to hope for a late game, like a late game, where they can get that
Bono
engaged.
just straight up hits. That's going to be the result of that. Depth charge comes down once again as Smeb has the death drum. He's going to put Dudu in it and lands all the abilities as well. Now just trying to chase after him. Hextech ultimatum comes in, but Smeb does get the solo kill. He's just so far ahead. As Kuro is going to be taken down. Lava not going to be just as punching his way out of this one. And Smeb is just gigantic. He's got so many extra stats as well as Viper doing what he can, but Aiming's just bouncing around the fight, having the best time you can possibly.
It just wasn't meant to be in this one, as Camille looks so flimsy. I mean, I was just watching the Death Realm the whole time. It's like,
카메라 잡았어 일단.
I got Camille
천천히.
slowly, and then here we go.
Lens, Cat, I don't know whether that's helping.
Nice filler.
Oh dear.
I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, because the game does feel kind of over from here, to be honest, I'm like, who do we give player of the game to? I think it's got to be Bono, to be honest. And what he was able to do in this game without getting really fed early on. But he did play it well from ahead, so it's kind of an interesting idea.
Well, Dudu's going to go for the engage. He dives onto Aiming as the heroic entrance is going to be there, but Devour is one hell of an ability. It is going to cost Tucson his life. As now Kuro's looking for the depth charge. He wants to get it onto a priority target as there's the Death Realm onto Cad. He walks to the edge of it and now has to accept his fate. So it's a 1-for-1 in the end. It was the last-ditch attempted fight from HanwhaLife, and honestly, it could have gone worse. They're still going to lose their inhibitor top lane, and probably bottom lane, and maybe their Nexus. But, yep, this mid inhibitor turret is going to die. Smeb down here towards the bottom side. He has a blasting wand and a ruby crystal. Okay, I'm going to hold that thought. Good arcane shift there from Aiming. Gets himself out of the way of Dudu's engage. And that's inhibitor number 2 going down. Inhibitor number 3 coming up immediately afterwards, as that's a real deep teleport. Don't know where Bono is. Saw him down towards that Ocean Drake. In goes Galio. And that is going to be the Hextech ultimatum. Dudu does get a really big shield after the heroic entrance, but Smeb, he's put him into the Death Realm, and then he's ran through the base gate. That was rude. The Nautilus is going to go down, though, as the Death Realm finishes, and Aiming's going to be there to try and tidy up. Meanwhile, it was 4v5, because Bono was randomly getting a dragon.
High score is what Bono's saying.
Yep.
They didn't need him. He had already done his job in the early game. And
Kuro, that was a sacrificial play right there as Aiming. Trying to get the kill onto Dudu. He does go golden for a moment. Viper does the same thing. You may as well put it on cooldown as Smeb. He's not going to be dying this game, Viper. He is! He walked back into turret range.
I'm giving my vote to Bono.
All right, for that dragon. He got the dragon. He was focusing on what you're supposed to focus on. The game isn't over yet, though, guys. It should be, but it's not. Is Aiming, he can arcane shift out if he wants to, as there's the flash forward. And Lava is going to get the arcane shift here as Bono just going to die. And, okay, in goes the Tahm Kench. Tucson trying to go 1 versus 2. Thought maybe he'd have someone that he'd brought with him as, cue the yakety sack. That's going to go down. Aiming's going for the hero play as the Nexus is dying, guys. Another arcane shift will be available relatively soon, but the Void Seeker finds him. The invisible one, of course, just to make us very confused. As, Super Creeps, they are going to deal with this one. KT couldn't quite aim for it. They have managed to pick up the aggro, as there we go. Kuro comes in and says, stop the funny business, we're taking the 2-0, and they do it.